Do this now before the Bizzier Bee update comes out. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the Bizzier Bee update is coming out Saturday, June 7th at 10 a.m. Saturday, June 14th. It goes through this amount of time right here. It is a huge addition to what we already have in the shop and tons more content. I've already gone over a lot of that in some of my other videos. I may go over a couple parts of that, but I need to tell you what you need to do to prepare the best methods to farm honey. Basically everything you need to know going into this next update. So listen closely to what I say, because what I'm telling you is going to be very, very important. So the very first thing I want to tell you is obviously get a lot of honey. I'm going to show you a method that I use to get honey really, really quickly. It's not hard at all. Getting honey is actually pretty simple if you follow my guide and my suggestion. So as you can see, I have 4,360 honey, but here is the method that I use to get the most amount of honey possible. That way, you know, when stuff is in stock, I can just buy it like it's no problem, right? So I'm going to head over to my garden, and the very first thing I need to do is make sure I have some pretty big kg plants. So that could be a moon melon, that could be moon mangoes, that could be literally anything that has a high kg. So some of these beanstalks and even these sunflowers. Now, keep in mind, if they're over 10 kg, they're not even worth using for this specifically. You can use them if you want, but I recommend finding ones that are just barely under the kg value of 10. And here's why. So let's say I go over here. Let me just claim this. This is a moon melon. This is a pollinated moon melon, and it is around 8 kg, right? The thing about the pollination with the bees and all of that is it's not going to just pollinate the moon melons, right? Or just your highest kg. It's going to pollinate other stuff too. So you want to find low ones that have been pollinated, like this star fruit, and put them together basically. So that way you're utilizing basically every pollinated thing in your farm, and you're not wasting the moon melons, right? So you're going to get further with less. That's kind of the goal. Now, obviously that one was 7 kg. So this is kind of not the best recommended method. Obviously that basically just went against what I just said, but you guys get what I'm saying. The higher kg ones, you're going to want to make sure you're mixing with lower kg ones. That way you're not spending all your high kg ones. And by kg, I mean the weight in kilograms. So that is the very first thing I'd recommend if you're trying to make a lot of honey. Pollinate stuff as smart as you possibly can. Now, the next thing I want to recommend, obviously, is getting bees. We all know this. This is the best method. I've already gone over this a million times. Get bees. If you need bees, obviously, you can buy them from over there. Next thing is try to level your bees up as much as possible. I haven't been feeding these really as much as I need to. So I'm trying to make sure I feed everything a lot more. Okay, these are just on. So yeah, there we go. We just fed all of them. Make sure they stay fed. The very next thing, I've already gone over this in multiple videos, but I want to go over this. Do not worry if you've seen these methods before. There's other things I'm going to be covering in this video that you need to still prepare for that a lot of people aren't really thinking about, and it's going to be pretty groundbreaking. So I don't think I've heard anyone cover anything on what I'm about to say in a second after this little method. So make sure you pay attention to what I'm about to say, because it's very, very important. So head over to the pet eggs. This is not what I'm talking about, by the way. This is, I've mentioned this before, but make sure you have the max pet slots that you possibly can, obviously, so you can farm the most stuff. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And I'm talking about the extra pet equip slots, not the ones that you place on the ground, basically. So just keep that in mind. The more of those slots you have, the more money you're going to make. It's kind of obvious, but yeah. Now, the very, very next thing you need to make sure that you are ready for in this next up, the new item that they're adding, right? Now, I've already gone over this video multiple times, so I'm not going to go too in depth with it, but there is now a pollen radar going to be added to the game, and it's going to help you collect stuff extremely fast. I don't want to kind of waste too much time on this because I've already gone over this, I think, twice now. But yeah, you guys can see it goes ahead and collects all of the pollinated plants that you just pollinated. That. So you need to make sure you have a lot of money ready, because I'm assuming, if I'm correct, it's going to be in the gear shop right here. It's going to be in here as a gear that you can buy now. So that's going to be a gear that they're adding to the game, and you need to obviously take huge advantage of this, because this is going to help you get pollinated stuff even faster. The pollinated gun is going to make it pretty much a million times easier to get any items inside of the game, especially with pollen. So the pollen gun is going to so much with farming and all of that. So be ready to buy that. The next thing I want to say, now this is something that a lot of people haven't really touched on, and I want to specifically touch on this because it's important, and this could end up being another chicken jockey situation. You don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of people weren't online when the chicken jockey was free. You had to be online to get the chicken jockey. So a lot of people are a bit upset about the fact that they didn't get the chicken jockey. And I'm telling you, what I'm about to tell you is going to be basically your cue to listen, because if you missed the chicken jockey last time, listen to what I'm about to. So if I head over to TikTok.com, let's go to, all right, so the next thing I want to talk about is this TikTok right here that Jandel went ahead and posted. So as you know, in the last update, if you were there for the live update, everyone was counting on the fact that the stock for the lunar owl was going to be extremely good, and that they were going to actually get something good out of it. But it was a terrible stock like usual. So Jandel basically said he was going to add a fried chicken to the game, or a cooked owl, whatever you want to call it, to the game. And in this TikTok, he's talking about how Roblox said they would moderate the game if it was the owl, if the game was, if they had the owl in it, if it was an owl. So as you can see in this video, he's actually the chicken right here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a cosmetic or what, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to be online to get this. So when I say prepare, if you want to get this cosmetic, you're gonna have to be online to actually receive it. From what I know, this could be inaccurate, so just keep that in mind, but it would make sense as you would have to be online online to go ahead and get this item. So if you want to be able to get this item free, you're going to need to actually be online. And he doesn't really say anything else in this video. He's just saying that, you know, he was winking at the camera and basically saying like, yo, this is not the owl. We did not cook the owl. Also, so basically another thing I want to quickly mention is that he's not going to be able to add voice chat. He said if he adds voice chat, it's going to break the entire game. It's going to break Roblox's servers. It's just not a good idea. The game's too big to add voice chat right now, I guess, or something like that. So keep that in mind. They're not adding voice chat. I just want to say that right now. So yeah, if you want to get that cosmetic, make sure you're online because it could very well be one of those things where you have to be online to actually get the cosmetic. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did that because I don't know how they're going to incorporate it in the honey shop. So I would be online when the update comes out. Another thing is if you are online, you're going to get a lot more mutations because they always spam admin mutations. So be ready for that. They always spam tons of mutations. As you can see, I've kept a lot of them from mutations, especially on these bamboos because I'm going to try to sell them once they have like a billion mutations on them. So just keep that in mind that they're going to do tons of mutation spamming and all that. Now, that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like on this video. Make sure to be prepared because this update is going to be pretty big. Expect servers to be crashing and all that. So I would recommend getting online early if you can, and potentially AFK in servers if you live in a different time zone and you're just not able to get online. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord link in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next